justice system. By a band called Bad Ball. Let's go!
Hey, how you guys doing? About to go live with Section Hate in a second. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, I ordered some wings. Yeah, you can just leave them there. Sorry. Anyways, thanks for tuning in for, I don't know what episode this is, but Section 8. You guys want to come up here and say hi? We're gonna talk some shit with Section 8 real quick. Slow clap. If you're at home, grab a beer, grab a drink, whatever you want to do. What's up, fuckers? Yeah.
I don't know. Here, you can sit over here.
Just sit right here.
All right, so
Are we live
Section Hate. So who are you guys? Introduce yourselves, what you do in the band, and
Yeah. Yo, I'm Aldo. I play guitar.
Mike, and I sing.
I'm Chris. I play drums.
I'm Ryan. I play guitar too.
there should be another mic.
I
You're
know.
probably sitting on it.
Didn't want to mess with the order.
I don't know. There's no. It might be over there. No.
No, there's only two.
Is there two?
No, there's 3 mics.
Yeah, there's two right there.
No, there's 3 on
Oh.
it. Whatever. Fuck
Yeah,
you guys.
okay.
I don't know where it went.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, thanks for tuning in. So how did Section Hate come to be? How did it start? What's
Want me to take this one?
take it?
We well, a couple of us, me and Ryan, and then for a while, Aldo also had a different band. It was more like a punk rock band, and basically, I started writing songs that didn't, really make sense for that sort of thing, and it just didn't sound like that band. And then, there's just conversations happening about like wanted to do something a little harder, and
Is this after Nomads?
well, it was like during. It was just kind of at the same time.
Okay.
It's just like the one band just sort of went away, and then this other one just kind of started. And at one point, it was almost like it was the same band. It just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I just want to do something more. Yeah, I don't know, just harder, meaner.
That's sick. So I always ask this question because everybody, I mean, you guys been around as far as being involved in music and hardcore, whatever, for a while now. How did you guys get involved in hardcore? And I always ask this question because it's fucking different for every single person. Aldo, how did you get involved?
Well, I always liked punk and shit, like 80s hardcore, but I didn't think that was hardcore.
Like, what was the first place you were exposed to it?
Shit. I don't even remember. It must have been like some like show at the Cobalt probably. And my homies that I met in ninth grade, they were like into like throwdown and fucking, I don't know, like straight edge shit. And I thought they were corny because I was like, oh, I wasn't straight edge at the time, so I was like, oh, these fools are whatever. But
you are now.
they're my homies. Yeah, I'm straight edge now.
Were you
But
part
they were
of
my
it?
homies, so I was like, all right, fool. And then they would show me shit, and I was like, this shit's like metal. I don't really like it. But then it just grew on me, and then I got heavily into hardcore, and now none of those fools are into it, but still, you know, they're still the homies. But I mean, realistically, it was like, and in the valley where I grew up in the San Fernando Valley, there wasn't really a lot of hardcore going around. It was mostly just like punk, oi, and ska. Like ska was huge and shit. So it sounds weird, but yeah.
Very Mexican of you.
Sounds sick.
Yeah, I mean that's what it was. It was backyard shows. I thought hardcore shit was white boy shit. I was like, oh, this is white boy shit. And then I go to hardcore shows, and everybody there was white. And now it's different in Southern California. I mean, the only fools that I would see was Mexican. That was like you fools, the Pomona fools, and then you know obviously like some of the fools from Donnybrook, you know, and then well that's not that many. Edgar, you know,
A foos.
and then there was like another Walter, and that was it. But Walter hung out with a bunch of white boys. He hung out with nothing but white boys. Yeah.
Beach
And I
boy,
thought that
baby.
fool was a weirdo. But yeah, he is a weirdo.
Mike, how'd you get involved in hardcore? Was in Seattle, right? I'm assuming.
I mean, sort of. Yeah, I mean, I was into punk, like a lot of like just strictly punk.
You just like everything.
I mean, yeah, now,
In general.
especially now, but like then I was just, you know, all I really liked was like the Exploited and Discharge and like the Casualties and like, you know,
That's sick.
like Spiky Jacket fucking bullshit. Like that was what I liked. And but I liked some hardcore bands, but I didn't quite understand it yet. Like I didn't understand, it was the same thing. I didn't really like get like what it was. Like I didn't know that it was, like I got told about, remember I heard about like Warzone when I was like probably like 13, and I just thought it was punk. And then I think the first hardcore band I ever saw, realistically, probably the first hardcore band I ever saw was, I went to a Warped Tour when I was 14, and I remember I watched Sick of It All.
That's
And
sick.
I remember I bought a basketball jersey. I was like, yeah, I think I might like this. You know what I mean? Like a little. I think I'm gonna, you know. And I just got when I moved to Seattle, I just kind of like progressively like it just turned, just, you know, started getting into skinhead shit, and then kind of just eased into hardcore, especially like then too, because it was like late 90s, early 2000s. Bands would play together, like hardcore and punk bands would be, the mixed bill thing was like really big then.
Yeah, it's crazy. I always think about it when I first started going to hardcore shows. The bills were just all over the place.
I remember I had,
One of the first hardcore shows I went to was Nerve Agents, Bane, Saves the Day. I like probably.
yeah,
It was so weird.
That shit was that was you know,
Normal.
that was normal. And like I remember I had this flyer for this show I played probably almost 20 years ago. My old band, it was TSOL, Agnostic Front, and the Casualties was the
That's
tour.
sick.
You know what I mean? Like and that was not weird, you know. And it's like I remember like I played in this little band that, you know, we didn't do anything up, you know, when I was 17, but we played a house show, and it was us and this other hardcore band. There was a local band in Seattle called Contingent, who they never did anything except play locally, but it was just like ass beater shit. Yeah, sure, yeah. But they were just
No
like,
one
you know,
asked you that.
it was just like ass beater shit, and it was just us and them. And I remember that we played first. And we were like sounded like Os Rotten or something, and then they played, and then everything was crazy, and there's like blood on the ceiling, and people are getting beat up. I was like, this is cool. This looks like this is fun. I don't know, you know. And it wasn't, and they were cool, and all the hardcore kids were cool to us, you know.
Yeah,
And everybody kind of got along, so
that's awesome.
it was just like, all right, well, just kind of slowly eased into that.
So how'd you guys get involved?
Well, when I was a kid, deathcore was popping. So, yes, I mean, I'm definitely not into it now, but that was like there was a lot of mixed bills where there was like hardcore
I back
bands.
you. I like some of it.
I do
but-
too.
But I always told people I never trust somebody if they didn't like punk. I don't trust them.
Yeah, I mean, I dug
you-
punk when I was in high school, and pretty much like started with like bands like Throwdown or Down to Nothing and stuff like that,
That's sick.
and Terror 2 and like other bands. But it started in high school for me. So,
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. And I would go to like RMC or Showcase or trying to think of where else that was out there. Pharaoh's Den.
Yeah.
You remember that place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, you remember that
Those
place.
fucking stairs, dude.
Yeah.
If you guys ever went to shows in Riverside, we used to do shows at this venue called Pharaoh's Den, and
Yeah.
everybody hated it because it's this like 2-story, like I don't know, it was like 2 stories. I don't know, but you have to go up these flight of stairs, and people would just pull up with the amp peg.
Yeah,
and
they
they're
were a
like,
nightmare.
Fuck.
Thud up every step. Doof, doof, doof. But yeah,
I liked it. It was sick.
That's where it
But I
started
also
for
didn't
me.
have to carry shit up, you know. So,
Yeah.
anyways, Ryan.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was like, I think like a lot of, especially people like kind of like our generation and our age was.
And you grew up out east, right?
Yeah, so I grew up in Rhode Island, and I think like for hardcore it was definitely like I was always into like from like 6th grade into like like all like just kind of like the Fat Wreck bands, like Lagwagon,
Yeah.
Bouncing Souls, all that shit, and like I kind of got exposed to hardcore. I think like modern kind of hardcore, I guess you want to call it, through like I think it was one of the Punkorama compilations, and Madball Hold It Down was on it. And at first when I heard it, I was like, I thought it was like heavy metal or something, right? But I liked it. It was fucking sick. So like I was listening to that stuff too, but I didn't really associate it with like being, because in my head like hardcore was like old school, like all the old bands, Bad Brains, Black Flag, whatever, right? Because I didn't really have, like, I didn't even know that it was like a thing that was still happening. So once I like kind of like got out of high school, started going to shows, then it kind of like opened my eyes. I'm like, oh shit, this is like crazy. And especially over there, and like at that time, because like the shows I was going to like pretty much right away were like at like in Brockton,
Yeah.
like Tiger's Den, and like those shows are fucking like out of control, like legendary.
Yeah.
Like you're like 16.
You see pictures of college
you're like-
with chains and shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like in like you're 16, 17. It's like the scariest thing you've ever seen in your life. But that was really cool, and like that's something that I feel very fortunate that like I kind of came up in and was around that, because I mean stuff like that just, well, I mean shows aren't happening, period.
Yeah.
But like shit like that, you don't see shit like that kind of happening at shows anymore.
Yeah, it's one of those things like
just the insane over the top.
it's very
level
particular
of, like,
to the city,
Yeah.
and the group and the environment of those cities. Just like same thing with LA, same thing with like, growing up, we used to play Salt Lake City too, and it was just like everybody straight
yeah,
edge.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Everybody out east. It's every city has its own thing.
Yeah.
And I guess that goes to my next question is that I've known you guys for quite some time, probably over a decade now. You guys have been consistently involved in music, consistently playing in bands, playing shows, whatever. What is it what's so special about LA, and why do you guys continue to be involved in music and playing in bands? Like, why you've been in a band fucking forever, so why do you still do it?
I mean, realistically, I just do it for fun. It's a hobby. I don't ever plan on touring full time or anything like that. I know I did a few pretty long tours. I did one with you.
I don't remember it.
2 months in Europe. That shit. Honestly, it was pretty
Allegedly.
fun. It wasn't that bad. But 2 months in Europe still sucks because Europe's fucking awful. No, it is. I mean, the food sucks, dude.
Okay.
Getting controversial.
2 months with
It does- it
Zabalba
doesn't-
in Europe?
It doesn't. Okay. We'll
Yeah,
talk
okay.
we'll talk about it later. But the food sucks.
Yeah, the food sucks.
The food.
But
So going back to LA, the best place in the world.
I mean, realistically, I don't know. There's nothing else like it. You know what I'm saying? And I think when I was a kid, and like, yeah, I came from punk, and then I got into hardcore, but I felt like hardcore was a little bit more serious. Punk always seemed kind of goofy to me too. And even though I liked it, I was like, this shit's kind of goofy. Because my brother was a street punk, and I thought that fool looked like a lame. I was like, this fool looks like a goofy ass fool. Like, you know what I mean? Like my older brother, I was like, this fool looks whack. But I still like the music.
I'm not gonna lie. I felt the same way where I was like, man, I'm not gonna dress like that. Put fucking glue in my hair and shit. Fucking
Yo, I didn't.
stupid.
Well, that's the thing. I was like, these fools look goofy and lame, and I don't want to be clowned on all the time. You know what I mean? I was like, fuck. But I was like, nah, these fools are gonna fucking make fun of me. I'm good. But I mean, yeah, I still liked all that shit because it was like aggressive, but also because I was a skater, So it's like every fucking Zero Toy Machine video and shit like that had like Black Flag or Circle Jerks or some funky punk shit. But I mean, realistically, I mean, it's fun to me. You know what I mean? It's like I got a kid. Like all my homies are into it. We just fucking jam. We write music, and it's not. It's a hobby, you know, straight up. And it's not like I mean, you don't make money playing hardcore. You
No,
know
of
what I'm
course
saying?
not.
Like, yeah, sure, it pays itself off if you're in a decent band. You're not gonna lose money, but you know, it ain't nothing like. It's not like I'm fucking going telling regular ass people. I'm like, oh, I play in these fucking bands. You want to check it out? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
when fools that I know that don't have anything to do with any kind of like subculture like this, or like, can I go to one of your shows? I'm just like, fuck no.
Absolutely not. No.
Hell no. Because nah, that shit's weird. Like you're not into it. It's just
It's like when
different.
you it's like when you tell a coworker that like you play in a band. You never.
No,
never,
I just
never
don't.
never do that.
I
shit.
don't.
No,
Motherfuckers
no.
be like, hey, you playing a band? I'm like,
Hey,
no.
you're a rocker fool?
Yeah.
Like fuck no. These fools be like, hey, what do you play? I'm like, nothing. You know?
Yeah.
Well, no, dude, it's always funny because like we used to practice at Brian's in Brian's garage, and his dad would just walk in there, just talk shit nonstop. Just be like, "What the fuck is this? Turn it off." And then like one day, Brian just like turns around and looks at his dad. Did you ever go to Japan? And he's just like, "Oh fuck, I mean, whatever." And he's just ever since then just stopped talking shit. So it's like I mean, it's cool that like you've done cool shit playing in a band, you know, like, but. I guess the question is like, you know, you guys all toured and been to different parts of the world and played different parts, and you walk into a show in LA, and it's funny watching people's reaction from other parts of the world. They're like, yo, there's a bunch of brown fools in here. Like you don't see this anywhere else, you know. So it's pretty cool to like see that, you know. Like for you guys, how's that?
Yeah. I think. I mean.
Seeing such a diverse group. You know?
Yeah, because I mean, for me, like growing up, I mean, back east at that time at least, like everyone was just white at the shows, you know. And so it's kind of, you know, it's definitely something I noticed, like even before I came out here and moved out here, and you know, just like other cities, you know, it seemed a lot more diverse. But I mean, you see it even more so nowadays. But yeah, I mean, it's just cool out here too.
It wasn't always like that though. Like I said, when I first started going to shows.
No. When I first started going to shows,
Yeah.
I think we were talking last week. We were talking about like, you know, going to showcase and going. Back then, it was like this like Christian hardcore was massive. It was a bunch of like white fools with like soupy hair and shit, and it was cool, but it was just, yeah, it was, you know, for me the subculture as far as like where it was like different groups of people, a lot of Latinos was the punk side, you know. So that's how I got involved because I was like, oh fuck, like there's other people like me that like this, and that's how I got into punk. And hardcore, yeah, again, hardcore was just like, I think over the years it transitioned. Yeah.
No, for sure. I mean, it also, because like when I first started going to shows, almost everybody that played in bands were white, besides like a few bands here and there. You know what I mean? And I think like I remember one of the turning points that when I realized like, yo, Southern California transitioned from like almost all white fools to like a lot of fucking like Latinos was Rotting Out was playing a house show, and this is when they still had that full mic singing. And there was like a video on it on the Bridge 9, and someone asked on the thread, "Are they playing a house show in TJ, in Tijuana?" And for a second, I was like, "Yeah, are they?" Because everyone in there was brown, and then I was like, "No, they're not." It was like Carson or some shit, and you know, and then I realized, and then with like Rotting Out, like realistically, if it wasn't for Rotting Out, Zabalba, Soul Search, you know, fucking bands like that, like where it was like straight up all Latino lineups. If it wasn't for those bands, I don't think it would have catered to a lot of other people, especially people, you know, LA would have just stayed punk and whatever, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I love about it here. It's so multicultural, and like, you know, I'm glad that it's evolved into that. I remember when we first started playing shows, Little Brian used to wear a shirt that said "fuck white people." I'm like, dude, like, what's wrong with you, dude? He's like, so? I'm like, dude, whatever. But you know, so Section 8's fairly a newer band, and you guys just fucking hit it hard. But what influenced the band? You know, prior to this interview starting, you guys covered Madball. Would you say that's one of your guys' influence? Or what influenced the band?
I mean, yeah, shit, Madball, Cold as Life, just every hard band that I like, from, you know, a lot of it too was just like with a lot of this stuff I was writing is more like kind of like almost, you know, the stuff that got me into hardcore, like stuff that when I got more into hardcore, kind of like I didn't move away from punk, but I mean, I guess I kind of did, a little bit. Or like, in my late teens, the bands I was listening to was mostly a lot of like 90s New York hardcore and shit like Cold as Life and New York bands, all those Detroit bands, Cold as Life, and then every band that came out of that band. And so musically, that's it really. It was just, shit like that, just like fucking just mean sounding stuff, stuff that just.
I mean, it's noticeable, which is like fucking cool to hear that influence. For me, it's like a lot of times it takes a lot of me to like listen to a band and be like, oh yeah, like I'm just kind of, I guess I'm out of touch. But what I loved about Section 8 from the start, it was a noticeable section of hardcore that you guys were like influenced by, and it's cool to fucking hear that again because it's not common anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
to say the least.
Not trying to reinvent the wheel at all. You know what I mean? It's not. If it sounds like it's contrived, it's because it is. You know what I mean? I'm like, I listen to this, and this, and I just try to put it all together. A little bit, and some fast shit too. Like, we got this album coming out eventually at some point. It's done, but there's a little bit more influence.
You showed me that album. Are we gonna be able to hear a song later or no?
So I'll not yet.
Mike said, "Fuck you, no."
Nah, it's just
cool.
Too early, but But
actually, hey, I got a copy of it. Fuck it, we'll just play it. Yeah, it's cool. Sorry, Ricky. Hey, we're gonna play the whole Section 8 record later.
No.
Someone's gotta hear it.
All right, so cool. So shit hits the fan. The zombie apocalypse starts. As a band, what are you guys gonna do?
Yo, everyone should come to me and Chris's house.
Wow.
Fuck no.
I'm going to the desert.
What are you talking about, motherfucker? Yeah, yeah, you can't see out, but can't nothing come in neither, motherfucker. Ain't no windows.
There's one window and a door.
Yeah.
That's your plan?
My plan is to stay. I already stay in my house anyway. So my plan is to
just keep doing what you're doing.
The house is like a fortress, and
air conditioning,
it's
huh?
a pretty heavily
Luxurious.
armed place. So I'm just gonna stay there.
So is the rest of the band doing that?
Well, two
No,
of
I'm
us
not-
are already
I'm not
there.
doing it.
You can come over if you want.
Aldo, are you gonna go? Are you going over there?
Well, I don't know what I would do.
So
I like your house more. Maybe I'll come to your. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
bring our shit over to your house.
I think
get a
I
hold
think
of
this
down
is
in the
probably
valley.
this is years ago. I think we were like me and Mike were probably drunk or something. But we talked about we're gonna take over fucking Disneyland, just kill everybody and do like, make Disneyland the fortress.
Dude, just live on top of the Tower of Terror. Or
Yeah, I
whatever.
think
Just
I
stay
think I
up
was like,
there.
all right, we'll go. We'll take over the castle and just
Or the castle. I feel like the castle is no. I feel like the tower is.
I think we should collectively agree just to take over Disneyland,
Yeah,
kill everybody off, and then we'll just.
we'll just hang on the top of Matterhorn
Dude, it'd be so sick.
because that's right in the center, kind of. And it's tall. Yes, yes, yeah.
Well, that's what I'm doing. Of the fucking shit's the fan. I'm going to Disneyland, ride some rides, and then make sure no one comes in except the homies. What?
Ryan, where would you want to go?
Man, I think I just go like full road warrior.
I was gonna say,
You know,
I feel like
dude.
you're like rural.
Yeah,
anyway.
well, dude,
Rural Ryan.
throw the
You just
gun,
go to
throw the
woods.
guns in the car, just drive around.
That sounds horrible.
Just
So,
shutting it down.
We're doing a lot of these interviews and live streams now, just because honestly I'm just fucking bored and need to do something. But COVID-19 hit, and it's been fairly crazy for different people. As far as musicians goes, as far as playing in a band, touring, anybody involved in the music world, it's pretty much put our lives out to a halt. And it's, for me personally, it's scary. It's kind of crazy because I work in the music industry. But being in a band, like, how's it affecting you guys? And is it stressful? Are you guys enjoying the time home? How's your experience for this whole scenario?
I mean, like, the timing sucks because we just, like Mike mentioned, we recorded that new album, and like I think like a lot of bands and a lot of people, definitely had like a lot of momentum going, and then everything just like one day just stopped
Yeah.
completely, you know. But I mean, other than that though, I mean, me personally, I've just been chilling. You know, I haven't been working, but I'm fine with that. Just hanging out.
It's not stressful for you.
Yeah, it's nice to just, you know, like there is something nice about like not having to, you know, like wake up every day, go to a job, or like, you know, answer to someone,
Dude,
do
that's-
that. It's just like, you know, like literally every day, just do whatever the fuck.
Dude,
you want.
I'm brown. I have to go to work,
Yeah.
dude. I'm fucking like, that's why I'm doing this, because I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, I gotta do something.
Fuck it.
How's it for you?
I've been working a lot, smoking a lot of weed. When I'm not working.
So nothing's changed.
Yeah, pretty much nothing's changed for me. I don't know.
Mike, how's it for you?
Hanging.
Well, I was working, but then I fucked up at work and got fired. So
Can we ask why or no?
just, I had one job and I just didn't.
Did you get
do it.
fired on your day off?
No, but you know. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, so
I'm sorry, I love you, dude.
no, it's cool. So I've been chilling at home.
What
Yeah.
are you doing to stay busy and like? Personally, I can't stay home. I literally.
I'm like the
I go-
opposite.
I go
I
insane.
don't like want to go anywhere. You know, I don't like the things I enjoy doing don't exist right now, and so, I prefer to stay home. I have like 4 things I like doing, and like
What are you
pretty
doing
much
at home?
watching a lot of movies, watching like entire television series, sleeping.
What's your recommendations? What should
Rec-
I watch?
Just watch Snowfall.
Snowfall?
Yes.
I'll watch Snowfall.
I actually watched that. I had already seen it, but I watched it all the way through again recently. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like
Yeah,
the way
I
the
hate
world
it,
is right now. I don't like it at all. The only things I care about are playing or going to shows, going to the movies,
Yeah.
eating out at restaurants with friends, and all the things I like doing are gone.
No, yeah, exactly.
It's
And
like
it
I didn't realize how much I gave a shit about. Like, I mean, I guess I did. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you know how much you give a shit, but it's like I didn't realize how important like
That interaction
shows
is-
and playing them and attending them was to like me not feeling fucking crazy. And now I'm just a fucking weirdo when I sit in my house and
just-
I don't know.
what's
Like
up?
it sucks. I hate it. I wish this shit would fucking end.
So
It's. I mean, I'm not saying it's anything's fault or anyone's fault or I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck to think about anything.
well, I
but,
hope you recognize that that's not healthy.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like,
all right,
I'm
Dr.
gonna
Nate.
Dr. Phil your ass right now, real quick.
But
get,
you know-
get
you
the
know,
fuck
it-
out of the house.
Yeah, and do what? We'll go to your
Take
house.
a walk.
I mean, I walked to the taco truck the other day. That's something. I went to the post office. I did
No.
leave. I did. I'm
No.
here, yo, motherfucker. I'm like kind of far from my house right now.
Yeah. No, I definitely understand that. You know, I spent the last
Dude, I go to like 5 shows a week, dude. That's all I care
exactly. I spent the last decade of my life completely gone, working, touring, doing something to like. What I wake up in the morning? What am I gonna do? So I mean, definitely during this time, everybody's dealing with it differently. I've definitely had days where I'm like, dude, I want to fucking kill me. I'm over it. You know. So I definitely like find some kind of positive thing to do to keep your mindset right. You know, and some people are doing that, and some people aren't. And sounds like you're not. So. Aldo, how's it for you?
Fuck, man. It's been great. I mean, realistically, it's sick. I've been working out a shitload.
Fuck you.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever, dude.
Essential
But
worker, dude.
I've been working. Yeah, I am an essential worker. Yeah, I do love work.
Where are you working at?
Trader Joe's.
So it sounds like, I mean, I feel
Yeah,
like that
it
got
has.
to be stressful because you're dealing with a bunch of.
I mean, yeah, you deal with.
So, I mean, the first week when the shit got shut down, everybody rushed the supermarkets, and I was like thinking in my head, "Fuck this!" Because I went to the grocery store for 10 minutes, walked in, I was like, "Dude, I'm out." I was like, "Fuck it, I'll go hungry or I'll steal something or call my mom or something." I don't know, but it's for the first couple of weeks, I was like, the idea of working in a grocery store sounds like stressful.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that too. That's when I realized how helpless the average person is. When all of that happened, I remember there's a grocery store that's right next to a drugstore down the street from my house, and I went to the grocery store, and I was like, okay, this is a fucking mess, and they're out of everything, this and that, and everybody's freaking out. then a lot of the same things I wanted were available at the drugstore, which was like 50 feet away.
Yeah.
And I went in there, and they had everything. And it was like motherfuckers didn't even know that it's like if it's not here, you can also go over here.
Yeah, I actually went shopping at the liquor store. I was like,
That's what I'm
cool, I
saying,
can get beer and get toilet paper. Sick.
It's
And
a
no
type-
one was there.
I didn't realize how
That's all you need.
how absolutely helpless the average person is. Like they panic, they go to the one thing they know, they don't try to do another thing, and they just lay down and die or fucking
Yeah.
cry about it or act like a fucking
it's
bitch.
funny because like literally a couple weeks before everything got shut down, I just got a Costco membership, and I was like, I ain't going into that motherfucker.
Oh, it's fucking probably the most chaotic
Hell
place
no.
to be ever. It's just. I mean,
Aldo loves it for some reason.
this.
All right, I want to hear Aldo, see what he's got to say. This
No, I
bullshit.
mean, yeah, there's definitely a bunch of
Pizza's
fucking
good.
assholes, dude. You know.
fucking Karens.
I mean, yeah, fucking awful people, dude. But I mean, it's aside from that, I mean, ever since quarantine started, it's like, it's been fine. You know, work sucks sometimes, but Trader Joe's is cool, man. They've been taking care of us, so I can't complain.
Are they
But
hiring? I need a job.
they are not hiring. Not my store, at
You
least.
can't even get me in like that.
Not right now.
Fuck. All right, whatever.
And then, no, I mean, I've been working out, and then I just been like, I have another band, and I just finished writing all that shit. So it's
What
like
band?
human garbage. Shout out Yogi. He told me, he's like, you better shout me out.
Shout out to Human Garbage.
Yeah, but we're recording tomorrow with Taylor, so it should be cool. But I mean, we did like 20 songs, so it's like I've been productive this whole time.
Wait, you're gonna release?
No, it's gonna be like probably like
I
12.
thought it was
Oh,
30.
okay.
25 actually.
All right.
But no, it's so I've actually been liking it. I realized how much time, and I've been super productive. You know what I mean, especially with like everything. So I realized how much time I waste kicking it with the homies. You know, realistically,
Yeah.
like a lot. You know, but that's fine. I mean, because once COVID's over, I'm gonna be hanging out all the time again. So it's like I'm taking advantage right now.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm used to being busy. It's the same shit. Like,
Yeah, I think the thing is just like getting some hobbies or like just doing shit, you know, besides working and
Yeah. I
staying busy, you know.
Yeah, I
like,
think-
because like there's plenty of shit you can do besides, you know.
you know, like
you know.
we've been going camping and hiking.
Yeah,
and
that's right. Yeah.
trying to do some outdoor shit, you know. So yeah, I mean, COVID sucks. Fucking I don't know if you guys agree with me. Our president sucks. Shit sucks. Shit's weird.
yeah, I mean, yeah, go on.
Anyways, so we usually do at the end of the interview this kind of shout out. You shout people out, and you know, your mom, your aunt, whatever, whoever. But today, who do you want to say fuck you to? So fuck a shout out. We're doing beef hour real quick.
I mean,
I'll start off. Fuck integrity.
oh yeah, fuck, I completely forgot. Yeah,
There
fuck
it is.
integrity. Those fools are bitch ass fools.
That's right.
The most bitch.
2 thumbs down, man. I don't think any band has like, because I fuck with the first few records. I don't
No.
think any band has tarnished their fucking legacy the way that band has, man.
Yeah, it's fucked up because
Yeah.
it comes on like on Spotify randomly on shuffle, and I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
this shit's hard. But then,
But then
I remember
you gotta turn it
they're a
off.
bunch
You
of
gotta turn it off. I can't
They're
even listen
lames.
to it, man.
All right, well, continue. Beef hour.
I mean, realistically,
What's
like
your beef
obviously,
shout-out?
man, there's a lot of quarantine beef happening. Oh, it's Twitter, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna shout it out because I'll just look. Why am I gonna tell them that I'm beefing them? You know what I mean? Why? No, I'm not gonna say one. No, not one.
You gotta do one. That's the
No,
point.
I'm not because realistically, I'm not gonna warn them. You know what I'm saying? If I have a problem with someone, they'll find out when it's over. You know what I mean? But look, I'm just gonna say this, man. If you're gonna be talking shit, that's it's gonna catch up to you. And 2, if you favorite someone talking shit, that's gonna catch up to you too.
Exactly.
Like I don't give a fuck. I don't favorite no fucking. If someone's
Retweet
talking
that
shit about
shit, any
someone,
of it.
if I favorite it, I expect the person to come after me. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just little shit like that. People are
Alright.
stupid, you know. But I'm not gonna say nothing. There's a bunch of lame ass fools out there, but
Mike,
they'll find out.
who do you want to say fuck you to?
Man, I mean, well, we already said the most important one, fuck integrity. I'll say it one more time, fuck integrity. Times 1,000. It's the most bitch ass, corny, stupid fucking band. Dwid is the biggest hoe. It's just, fuck that band. You can set them on fire, dude. Fuck that band. It's fucking trash.
I'm gonna start doing a whole like fuck a Q&A. I'm gonna do a whole beef hour of shit, dude.
Yeah.
Beef hour. You did.
Yeah, that dude's not. We got our little world here, and that piece of shit band is not a part of it.
Well, okay, I already said that one. Anybody else want to say fuck
Man,
you to?
I don't know, dude. I've been. If you're, I mean,
Band,
I can't even specify if it could be.
It could be a band. It could be a company. Fuck Donald Trump.
I mean, that's too. I mean, that's just that type of shit goes without saying, man. Like
Dude, you would think so, but sometimes you gotta be loud, you know.
I've been avoiding the internet because of the fact that it's just like all it is people fighting right now. Because it's like the fucking. It's like the age of the fucking coward right now, because it's like every person that would never ever say something to somebody is saying it now because they think that we're all stuck inside forever. Yeah. And motherfuckers don't realize it's like, yo, quarantine is not forever, and like you're going to have to pay for stuff like that. Some of the shit people say, it's like, yo, this is going to come around, and there's a lot of people that are, the type of fucking psycho weirdo that sits here with screenshots of stuff you said and who you're friends with. And they're thinking about you every day, and you forgot you said some dumb shit. You know what I mean? You forgot that, like people were saying, that you favorited a fucking some shit some other fucking loser said.
Yeah, these ones got personal beef, dude. I was keeping it general,
I mean, it's just the type of shit where it's just like it's
you guys went in deep.
It's just now is the time for people that would never ever do anything aggressive. They get, because it's a virtual world right now. No one's really realistically interacting with each other. So because of that, anyone can be a fucking badass now, because it's like a consequence-free world currently. But that shit ain't forever. People are forgetting. I mean, it feels like forever. It ain't even really been that long. You know what I mean? And it's only gonna end. There's going to be like the first show that happens. It's just gonna be fucking WrestleMania. Motherfuckers are gonna be getting knocked out everywhere. So a lot of people just be mindful of what you say.
Yeah, that's
because you're actually saying. I mean, I know it doesn't feel real, but like be committed to whatever it is you're saying, because it will be something you have to answer for at a later time.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much like, it's like what I said, and like, ass beatings don't like fall out of the sky,
The year of the ass beating.
Nobody has ever gotten beat up for no reason ever.
Yeah,
that's a lie. That doesn't actually happen. So yeah,
I don't know what I did. Bitch, you know what you did.
Why are you doing this to me?
So
who are you?
Any shout out fuck yous that you have?
I really don't have it. Like, I really don't have anyone specifically, but it's just like a lot of people, types of people.
Damn, dude.
Like I can't like really truly think of like one person that hasn't already gotten it that needs to. So, like
if you got beat up, you already know.
Yeah, you know, you definitely know.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, there's just lots of types of people that just disgust me and shouldn't exist. So,
Chris, anybody?
COVID-19 and the cops. I don't know.
Yeah, fuck COVID-19.
Sounds like a band right there.
Cops suck.
Bad
all the
band
time.
name.
I don't think I've ever had a good interaction with cops, to be honest. Never. The only time
they suck.
The only time I think I had so I have this bitch ass neighbor. Her name's probably Karen or something, but she called the cops on me because it was like, I think we were like barbecuing at the house, and it was like a Sunday afternoon, and the cop comes. I think this is the only time I've had I guess positive interaction with the cop, and the cop's like, hey, like, we got a noise complaint. What's going on? I'm like, it's 2 p.m. I'm drunk and barbecuing. And he just looks at me and walks away. What are you? What? Fuck off, you know. Well, anyways, thanks for joining us. Section 8 just recorded a new record. We're gonna play the full fucking thing. We're gonna upload it, stream it.
Front to back.
We're gonna sell it on the SOS site, so all the money goes to us. Thank you so much, Mike, for donating that.
Fuck you. No.
Oh, new God
yeah,
say.
let's hear that one.
Yeah,
Play that. Sounds like a great idea.
Heard it was pretty good.
Yeah, we're gonna just start dumping records and on these streams. Sorry, Taylor. Anyways, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna have Criminal Instinct come up here and say some shit. Thanks for watching us, and keep watching. I need to get a drink, so give me about three. How much time do I got? I got 3 minutes. Cool. I got 3 minutes to get a drink. Stay tuned. Peace.